Hello and welcome to the Unique CPA with your host, Terrell Turner. Bridging the Gap 2026 is coming soon, so we're bringing you conversations from last year's event. Stay tuned for the thoughts of top voices in the profession as we look forward to BTG Charlotte. The Unique CPA is brought to you by randycrabtree.com. Log on to learn more.
Welcome back to another episode of the Unique CPA podcast. We are live at Bridging the Gap 2025, and I am sitting down talking with my good friend, Rory. How are you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Terrell, thank you so much for having me on. I am honored to be here, and it's been a great conference so far. I'm excited to chat it up.
Absolutely, man. I will say thanks to Randy and team for this awesome setup. Because
Look at this.
I will say I need to step my game up.
Right? Same. I mean, this is next level. This is like Barstool Sports or Call Me Daddy. Like, this is a next level setup here.
It really is. I mean, I would say the team has done a great job. And I think that it goes into like the conference this year. Like, you've been to the conference before. Like, we've been to the conference in Chicago.
Day one.
First time in Denver, Colorado. What's your first impression so far?
Well, I stepped off the plane, Terrell, and I got altitude sickness. I was literally woozy. I've been woozy for the last couple of days. But no, it's been fantastic. Everybody, it's electric here. The expo floor is amazing. The food's been great. And then just the energy. Like the people here, the speakers, it's been phenomenal. If you're looking to come next year, sign up now. It's the time to sign up because spots filled up already, right? Spots, this was sold out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to a number of great talks here, speaking as well. It's been a great experience so far.
You know, I don't know if it's just me, but and maybe it's just like I've been in a bubble, but I feel like I've seen a lot of new faces this year.
Well, yeah.
Have you noticed the same thing?
Yeah, there's like new talents, like a new crop of talent that's come up. And I've seen, new faces, new practitioners here. So it's good. I think we need new blood, new energy, right? With new ideas for the profession. So yes, it's definitely been, you got some of the old guards here that we all know, but I think we got some new speakers that I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing what they have to say.
Bringing up the topic of speaking.
Yeah.
You're going to be speaking this year. So give us a little bit of an insight. Like, can we get a sneak peek into the conversation you're going to be having?
So it's not going to be just me. I got two other great panelists with me, Dominic Piscopo from Big Four Transparency and Ashley Carroll. And we're talking about return on relationships. I trademarked the term advise roar. And the roar isn't short for Rory. The roar is not short for Rory. It's for return on relationship. And because I think if we focus on the relationship, the ROI will take care of itself. So it's cultivating wonderful client relationships, cultivating great relationships at the workplace. And if you do that and you care about people, you ask them about their life outside of the financial statements or outside of the work that they do, that has a compounding effect. And so we're going to talk about the human multiplier, which is revenue, retention, and recruitment. And if you focus on those relationships, you can drive growth, both business growth and growth in your personal life.
Nice. You know, I love that because as an accountant myself, we're so deep into the numbers. Yeah. So I'm curious for yours, as you've kind of had this conversation with other people before, do you find that accountants tend to struggle to step out of the numbers and into the relationships?
Yes, I have seen it, but there's growth when you go beyond the numbers, Terrell. I think you do it. And people are naturally human. And I think when we see the person in that Zoom call or across the desk from us as a human and not necessarily a number, a financial statement, or a tax return or investment portfolio, we can then find out what their hopes, dreams, goals, and aspirations are. And for the business owner clients out there, do they want an IPO? Or do they want a nice lifestyle business that gives them more freedom with their family and friends? So I'm a big believer in asking great questions. We historically in the professions, I've long argued that we have an expertise approach or a need to show our expertise because we got an education, we have our credentials, and we want to share our knowledge with the folks out there. But I think when we become curious and ask people about their lives, that's where the real magic happens. Like if your best hopes were realized, Terrell, and your ideal life, like what would that ideal life look like for you? Where would you be? Who would you be with? What would you be doing? And how would you feel?
Man.
Right? Like, and it's just a human question. It's like we're around a campfire talking. And if we can understand like what Terrell's dreams are, then we can help navigate and pull the levers and help him get there and meet those goals.
I think that's a really good point because I found that in doing marketing, even within my own firm, it's the more we made our marketing more human, the more success that we had. Because like when people could look at what we were doing and say, hey, I can see myself in the story that they're telling, like it let me know like, hey, we were on the right track. So I guess for yourself, like in your business with,
Yeah.
wealth management,
Yeah.
how often do you get the chance to really just sit back and get to know people outside of, hey, the wealth management advice? Like, I just want to know you so we put you on the right path.
Yeah. And that's those relationships that take time to develop. And it's just like the clients you have a deep understanding. We sit in privileged positions, Terrell. People share intimate knowledge about their business, their personal finances. They might not be able to share this with their employees or team members or their partners out there, but we sit in this position where we get to hear all their issues, right? What their business issues are, what their personal issues are. And so we can be that sounding board and help them make the correct decisions or make an optimal decision to improve not their business or their personal finances, but many times improve their well-being. I'm big in helping folks really uncover what matters most to them. So I use exercises like the best hopes question. So if your best hopes are realized, what would that life look like, right? We also do values-based planning, stuff that organizations do. You can do on the personal side as well. They say our values shape our goals shape our behaviors. In turn, our behaviors then reflect our values. So if it be crystal clear on our values, our business decisions, our personal decisions, and in essence, our life decisions can emanate from those values.
Nice. I love it. So, I mean, with such a phenomenal topic,
Yeah.
and you've attended so many different conferences,
Yeah.
do you find that, this conference tends to lend itself to being able to have those type of conversations?
Yeah, I mean, bridging the gap, right? Randy was on stage talking about the importance of mental health. And I think we as practitioners, we many times are helping people optimize their mental health. The American Psychological Association has done surveys for the last 18 years, since 2007. And the number one stressor every single year is money. And so if we can help people around the relationship to money, help them improve their business, have them have more money, right? We can improve the mental health of our clients. And so I'm a big believer in really focusing on someone's ability to have a better relationship with money, but more importantly, meaning. So the work we do in behavioral finance, it's not about money, it's about meaning, it's not about wealth, it's about well-being. So if we can do more of the qualitative measurements, right? Along the KPIs, people need that hard data, right? But we can get to understand who Terrell is, right? And what he wants out of life. We can help him map out a plan of action to get there.
I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan of people getting the plan that gets them to their destination.
Yeah.
Because I often run into so many people who are just giving out generic advice. And it's just like, well, this advice is going to get you somewhere.
Right.
I don't know if you're going to like where you
You'll like
go.
it, right? Yeah.
So I want to ask you about, with this conference, you've been to a couple of the Bridging the Gap. So, have you seen the conference evolve, or like, what would you describe as like, hey, this is the tone of this conference?
Yeah, I mean, there's other conferences out there. I won't name them. There's larger conferences, but has a family feel. It's a community type feel. Like you get to know and talk to people and have sit down conversations and talk about life and talk about business. And those other conferences that you might not have those experiences, but this one just feels like a community. It feels like a family. And people are so nice and welcoming, and people are innovative. They got great ideas. They're doing innovative stuff, whether it comes to AI or their practice model. So it's a wonderful way to get to meet people in this age of AI and technology and Zoom. I believe in-person conferences, in-person meetings is a superpower. You can 10x your business when these types of conferences, because you can learn something new and then you can form those relationships, right? The relationships and new ideas can catapult you to the stratosphere potentially.
I totally agree. I mean, I've been a benefactor of that, of just the relationships that I've met with people. I mean, whether it's led to new introductions, whether it's led to new ideas, or whether it's led to new opportunities. I mean, I think it is absolutely true. I mean, and it's also pretty cool to see, like, when you have attendees here, like, people are bringing their spouses. I've seen some people bring their kids.
Scotty Sperano has his kid here.
So I'm like, it's super cool that the environment has been developed in a way that people are like, hey, I don't just come here just to get my CPA, check the box, and go home. It's like, I actually want to be a part of what's going on.
Yeah. And when you have a fearless leader like Randy, right? And he's such a great guy, that really it trickles down to the speakers, to the attendees, to the folks working the conference. It's a reflection of who Randy is, because he has such great relationships, and you can see it throughout the conference.
If we were sitting down and let's say there's a third person sitting here,
Yeah.
and they're like, hey, you know what? I've never been to a Bridging the Gap before. And we were trying to tell them, like, what reason would you give that they should go to Bridging the Gap 2026?
Well, I mean, you could learn a lot and you grow your business, but we also have fun. We have Enchantment Forest party tomorrow night. I actually just got off of Amazon. My costume will be arriving tomorrow between 7 and 11 a.m. And it's like a Hobbit costume, so I'll be in full attire. I actually got a wig for my bald head, so I have like a blonde flowing Hobbit costume wig. So you're gonna have a great time, and you're gonna learn something. You'll probably hope you'll grow your business, and you'll form relationships, and hopefully that's worth the price of admission.
Awesome. I love it. I totally agree. So I just want to say, Rory, thank you so much for sitting down, having a conversation on this really cool set that both of us know we need to upgrade ourselves.
I know.
So, hey, thanks for coming and hanging out.
Thank you for having me on, buddy.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today on the Unique CPA. You can find the show notes for today's episode and book Randy for your next keynote or event at randycrabtree.com. Remember to subscribe and leave a 5-star rating on your favorite podcasting app. And join us next time for more expertise and insights on the Unique CPA.
Professionalproductions.net